Ladies and gentlemen, the host of Going in Raw, Holy Shit News, and Saturday night's main event. He's like Visa and MasterCard everywhere you want to be. Etep.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Calm down. Back and making things better. Hail to the chat. Hail to all the channel members. Everybody out there watching, if you're catching the playback of this, welcome. Etep here, joined by superfan Adam Shawhan. What's going on, brother? Welcome this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Hello. This should be fun.
Yeah, we are over here on the Raw brand today. Hail Hicks villain. I'm sure we'll have some more people file in here. And if not, just catch the replay, folks. We're going to go for about 30 to 40 minutes today. Quick programming note. No holy shit news tonight. I need a break. The last two nights have been a lot. I'm kind of going through a cold, and so I'm going to, and sitting at this desk with an injured knee is no bueno right now. I kind of hurt my knee playing basketball and running yesterday, so it's kind of swelled up, and I'm just doing some truth.
Tell him the truth. It's because white men can't jump.
Yeah. That's one of the kids asked me, Mr. Pete, can you dunk? I'm like, well, up till about 6-7 years ago, I could, but when you stop working legs for that long and age kind of kicks in, and no more dunking anymore. But I still have a wicked jumper. So and I got mad handles. So Pistol Pete Maravich here. But no, we're here to talk today about Gina Carano, which was the subject of our thumbnail. Gina Carano and her lawsuit with Elon Musk helping out, offering some financial backing, it would seem. And this whole Gina Carano saga goes back, obviously, to 2020. Dunk donuts. I can dunk. Yeah, that's about all I can dunk anymore, Hicks villain. But right here, we'll go back to this article from Bounding into Comics. Mandalorian star Gina Carano accused of racism. This August 5th, 2020, about 4 years back. And we'll go back. Here's the tweet in question. She's telling people not to conform. And this was used during the pandemic, the lockdowns. And it was to question government control of, our thoughts and our speech. So this was completely misconstrued by morons on Twitter, which obviously we start here. Gina, we'll show. Say ACAB, some smooth brain fucking communist piece of shit, says say ACAB, and you literally could have picked a better picture to show whatever you wanted to show that didn't have freaking Nazis on it. And these are all fucking bots and weirdos. Good morning, Frankie. Welcome to Koreans Wake Up Wednesdays. Like and subscribe. Thank you, sir. Absolutely. Glad to have you. And yeah, we get another one here. Say ACAB, please. What the fuck? These are the people that are castigating and were attempting to, cancel Gina back then, to the point where Disney fired her. And then of course, we had the beat bop boop. Yeah, right here. Heartbreaking and powerful story of a man who changed his ways for the woman he loved. Love changes the world one person at a time. Everybody else in this picture is capitulating to the Nazis. He said, no, I'm not going to do that. And yeah, but these people, I love this one. Make sure you keep checking in from all 12 of your fake accounts, cowards. Yeah. And I love this. These aren't trolls. These are people trying to educate you so you can get on the. Anytime anybody says you're not on the right side of history, you can automatically discount them in anything they say because they are completely brain dead. People that say you're on the wrong side of history are the people that support things like ACAB and BLM and the Rainbow Mafia and the fact that they want to go out and say that women are men. The whole pronouns thing with Gina was, she put the beat bop boop in the profile that made these weirdos melt down. And so now we've kind of, just a glance at the history. Since this lawsuit was announced, it's taken over the news cycle completely. And I noticed this article right here from one of my favorite garbage tier online periodicals, which is the marysue.com. This Gina Carano saga that no one cares about anymore just got worse. And this is by one of my favorite heifers over there, Rachel Leishman, who this fat pig is a Pedro Pascal stan, which explains a lot of her rhetoric and vitriol towards Carano. I've done so many videos on garbage articles that Rachel Leishman has written. Gina Carano cannot let sleeping dogs lie. The actress who previously played Cara Dune in The Mandalorian continues to make her own gross social media posts about everyone else's business, as she's now suing Disney while being backed by Elon Musk. A cursed sentence if I've ever seen one. If this was Pedro Pascal suing for wrongful termination or something along those lines, this pig bitch would be slurping on his every word. This to me just shows that there's no, and I know what you're thinking. If you're an anti-Gina Carano weirdo and you're out there watching this on the replay or whatever, you're thinking, well, you're just taking her side. Well, because she wasn't wrong. She wasn't wrong. What she said wasn't racist. It wasn't anti-Semitic. Are you fucking kidding me? The only Jewish folk that are saying this is anti-Semitic or against Carano are Bolsheviks. They're the you know what they are. You know what they are. Those are the bad tiny hat wearing folk. Yeah, Hicksvillain says this website still exists. Unfortunately, Hicksvillain, it does. But it's good if you need garbage tier material to cover when you're talking about things like this. Let's go down here. Oh, Jesus, nobody cares about Kate McKinnon. Carano, who was fired from Disney's payroll after she wouldn't stop posting right-wing social media conspiracy theories. Let's unpack that. Right-wing conspiracy theories. Was the virus manufactured in a lab and released? Yes. Yes. Was the media towing the line for Big Pharma and the government and the big, for the entire authoritarian left? Yes, they were. So the whole, I have the clip. Hang on a second. The dangerous to our democracy clip. Yeah, I have that, the entire thing. And it's funny that the same people who are against this, against that, they glom onto these folks pick the weirdest hills to die on. Like you're ready to die on the hill of claiming to be anti-establishment when all you do is fully support the establishment. That's the hypocrisy that is involved with people that oppose Gina Carano. Hail, Tolbat. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a show tonight. I'm not. I just don't have it in me tonight. I'm gonna take a night off because I'm on World Class Bullshitters tomorrow night, 8:30. The epitome of pop culture. I will be the fourth bullshitter tomorrow, as I believe Coach Kendo will be out tomorrow, and the 22nd I'll be filling in for him. So yeah, we're gonna take tonight off. We're still doing Tales from Crypt commentaries after I get out of work tomorrow. So thank you for being here, Tolbat. Appreciate you, bro. But yeah, so this conspiracy theory, yeah, the vaccine. Oh my God, the efficacy of the vaccine. Now Carano's trying to get a court order that would force Lucasfilm to recast her as Cara Dune. Guess she wasn't making the kind of money working for Ben Shapiro that she was getting on The Mandalorian. Rachel, I know morals and having principles are tough for you when you pretty much just lay down at the feet of the establishment and put that boot so far down your throat, it comes out that fat, flabby, wet sack of potatoes looking ass of yours. But not every move everybody makes is financially motivated. Do you think there was ever a point in time where Gina Carano expected to make Disney money working for the Daily Wire? I mean, seriously, this is journalism. This is a perfect example of how not to be a journalist. So I guess no one doing this realized not only Disney is a company that means they can fire anyone for any number of lawful reasons, including their social media posts. More than that, Disney famously told Carano what she needed to do to keep her job and refused, something that Carano has herself admitted. That's funny. That's funny because, yeah, Disney, I don't think Disney is in any position to lecture anyone on anything as far as morality goes, because let's just look at this right here. Shit, you're not gonna be able to see that. It's too small. That is Disney's DEI standards for hiring. I just it just makes me laugh that
Well, you know.
Yeah. This is DEI is garbage. Okay, forcing the concept of equity is ridiculous. We all know that. It's for smooth brains who don't understand how things work, or they're too unskilled. You know, that's what the concept of, you know, equity and employment is. It's, oh, you're not qualified for this job. Well, just claim you're a member of a marginalized group, and we'll just have to fucking give it to you, because that's the soft bigotry of low expectations of the left. If I'm going to hire somebody for a job, I'm not looking at their melanin count. I'm not looking at their gender. I don't care what they identify as. Can you perform the basic necessities of the position of which you're applying for? No? Get the fuck out. Yes? Okay, we'll talk. There's other candidates that meet these criteria, and you sell yourself to me on why I should hire you. And if it has anything to do with, you know, what's between your legs or who you like to fuck, get the fuck out. You don't belong here. Okay. That's the playing field we need to be on. Because otherwise it doesn't work. We end up with idiots in charge of things like, you know, the people at Disney, the creatives who want to inject ideological, political nonsense and depravity into children's entertainment. While I pull up our next article.
Well, we used to protect kids. You couldn't put a Viagra commercial on until after 10 o'clock at night. We didn't have Raw is War. We had the early half and the late half. There was a reason for that. We used to, you know, we used to at least hide the evil and not have it in front. And these mofos want to go the exact opposite way. And again, news used to be like, hey, here's what's going on. So supposedly this is happening, and all the news agencies would go look at it. And now they're just telling you what to believe without even showing you what's going on. It's nuts. And this with Gina, again, how many people said they stood with Gina Carano, but yet are still doing reviews on Disney shit? But you didn't stand with anything.
Yep.
You know, that's my 2 cents on it. I think it's great that Elon is going to supposedly pay for people that were, how many of us were silenced just like her, though? Because we were and still are. I get it that he claims that he's going to do that. How about you fix your fucking program, dude? Like, how long has he owned Twitter now? X, whatever you want to call it, and you still get blocked for agreeing or disagreeing at some point.
Yeah.
We still don't have freedom of speech on Twitter, X, whatever. We don't have it on Facebook. We surely don't have it on here.
No,
we gotta watch
YouTube.
what we say, and we have freedom of speech. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't listen. Sorry.
Yeah. Yep. No, that's absolutely fine. Here, this is the kind of rhetoric that the mainstream media, believes in.
Orange man bad.
Orange man bad.
Orange man.
Orange man.
Orange man.
Orange man bad. Diversity is our strength. Gender is a social construct. White people must be abolished. Real communism hasn't been tried yet. He will not divide us. This need is dehumanizing.
Why?
That's what they want. They want mindless hive mind collective Borg NPCs that only parrot and repeat their talking points without questioning them. Carano dared to step off that mental plantation, and yeah, this is the result. And good on her. Morning, brightest day, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you.
Well, dude, remember when Elon flat out called him out?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this story should be all over everywhere. And like that phone call that's coming up, that's another one that should be rather interesting, because we've watched Disney come out and tell us that we know the fans don't like this, what we're doing with the products. We don't care. We're going to continue on. Right there should have been enough for y'all to just hang it up. And for all of you with a little YouTube career, whatever, that's fine. I get it. You do it for your channel, but you're spreading the same evil that you're trying to fight, in my opinion. Again, this is on me. Don't take this against Etep or his channel. These are my views solely, but you shouldn't be watching it just based off of that. If you don't believe in the message that they're spreading, why are you? And I don't care. So then you're going to say that money, it's okay for the money. You're a hooer. Sorry. That's just how I feel,
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry. I'm not going to let my granddaughter watch this stuff, especially when they're doing what they do. I'm not standing for it. I'm not for it. And I don't care. Make what you want. Now, good for Gina, though. Again, I hope more people like you and myself and every single one of us that have been silenced from YouTube to Facebook to Twitter. Yeah, we should be represented, and many other things that we can't speak of without getting in trouble. There's a lot of people that have taken our freedom of speech away and gotten away with it for over a decade.
Well, the whole argument around her tweet being hate speech. What? Like, okay, so that is just saying, okay, what you said is wrong, but Pedro Pascal calling anybody who supported former President Trump a Nazi is absolutely fine because he aligns with the right social and ideological political views. That's fine for him to say that. And then he had to teach her about pronouns because his brother pretends to be a woman. And I'm not advocating for any sort of violence, hatred, vitriol against the anybody who identifies as transgender. What I am against is normal, straightforward thinking folks capitulating to mob mentality that I can somehow magically mutilate myself and become a female. This doesn't happen. It's not real. It's fantasy land. It's make-believe.
Remember when it was considered a mental illness? I'm just going to say it used to be a mental illness.
Still is.
It still is.
They don't like that term gender dysphoria anymore. No. So Gina Carano puts Beat Bop Boop in her profile, and all of a sudden, all the fucking weird. It's not fear, it's disgust. And the people attacking her on Twitter, they don't pay for anything. They never have, they never will. They are only on Twitter because it's free. And they're the ones that's if you buy a check mark, which broadens your reach, opens up features, allows you to edit tweets. I don't know how many times I've had to delete things on Twitter because of a spelling error. Because even though the message is still clear, somebody, you can't even spell. I'm like, you can't edit tweets without paying for it. And I did pay for Twitter. I did until my account got suspended while I was paying for Twitter for saying that there's only 3 letters and the rest is mental illness. That got me a week off Twitter until I pulled the tweet down, even though I paid at that point. I said, I'm not paying anymore. I'm not paying anymore. Let's see. Straight men have the same reaction as seeing maggots on rotten meat as they do when they see men kiss. Pretty much. It doesn't offend me that there are homosexuals. That doesn't offend me. I don't care. I have gay friends. I do. I have friends that are lesbians. And the majority of them don't want to be used as political pawns. They're like, I just want to go about my day with my husband, my wife, and do my thing. I'm fine with that. But we also need to realize that they're less than 5% of the entire United States population. And that's even an overestimate, making each subset of that community much smaller statistically. So you're telling me that we have to capitulate to a minuscule percentage of the overall 390 million people in the country. Get the fuck out of here. Okay. What Gina said wasn't wrong.
No,
it wasn't. And pronouns are so useless and worthless. And again, that's fantasy land. That's making something up in your head and then expecting everybody to just play along with your delusions. It doesn't happen that way. This lawsuit is 436 million with all the illegals. And I did the math the other day, and they say even if they let in like 3,500 a week, you're still talking over 1 million a year, which that adds up fast. No bueno.
Hey, when you can't take care of the people that are already here, the last thing we need is to add to the numbers of people we can't take care of. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just simple logic. Like, I can't understand the new math stuff. It's like we have the new trans things, which is just being gay with extra steps. But that math thing was the same thing. It's like retardation with extra steps. Well, we need to figure out. That's why we learn multiplication tables and what 2 + 2 and 2 × 2 and 4 × 6. That's why you knew that in your brain. You didn't need a calculator to then sit there and try to do a division problem of what equals this to get the answer. Like, oh my goodness, my head exploded when that new math shit that you were telling me about. Then I watched another video on it, and like, it made my head literally hurt. The amount of steps they take to just like, if you could have used your fingers even easier instead of what? And that's supposed to be the way you do math now. No, you can ideas whatever you want. I don't have to accept it, acknowledge it, or even give a shit about it. I don't care. You can pretend to be a rock. Have fun sinking. I don't care.
Hey, are you talking about that pilot from Star Wars? Geode? But let's get back on. We'll get back on topic here. And we've got this article from the Hollywood Reporter, which is nothing but a mouthpiece for the Hollywood crowd, much like Variety and Deadline. Gina Carano sues Disney over Mandalorian firing and lawsuit funded by Elon Musk. This is by Winston Cho. The actress claims the entertainment giant discriminated against her for voicing certain opinions on hot button issues. To the point of this lawsuit, and I have to give props to Valiant Renegade because I heard him bring this up in his live stream yesterday. It was either him or WDW Pro. Carano does have a discrimination case here because of the things that Pedro Pascal and other men under the employment of Disney said, which were equally on the same level with hers, but nothing happened to them. Like I said, Pedro Pascal's calling all Trump supporters Nazis tweet. He called people Nazis. She was telling people not to capitulate and be Nazis.
Yeah.
So this fallacy that she's somehow right wing is just absolutely hilarious. Let's get into this a little bit. In an escalation of the standoff over her firing from The Mandalorian, Gina Carano is suing Disney and Lucasfilm for discrimination and wrongful termination lawsuit that opens another front in the battlefield for influence over Hollywood that has drawn in corporate America. Carano, in a complaint filed Tuesday in California federal court, alleges she was fired for voicing right-wing opinions on social media and seeks a court order that would force Lucasfilm to recast her. Elon Musk making good on a promise to foot the legal bill for users who claim they've been discriminated against due to their activity on his platform is helping fund the suit through X. In a statement, X's head of business operations, Joe Benarock, said, as a sign of X Corp's commitment to free speech, we're proud to provide financial support for Gina Carano's lawsuit, empowering her to seek vindication of her free speech rights on X and the ability to work without bullying, harassment, or discrimination. Yeah.
I mean, you would think they would jump behind her because she's a female. Like, regardless of the points that are spot on.
Yes.
Would you not want to get behind this one because she has a case? I mean, you cannot fire her because of what she did when other people did the same thing that have a penis. I'm sorry. That is literally the term. Well, but she doesn't have a case in their eyes, is what you're telling me. They think she's wrong.
They believe that since she is at will employed, then they're well within their rights to fire her. But like I said, that doesn't excuse all the other statements made simply because they align ideologically. That is the very basis of discrimination. Is you're discriminating against somebody for, race, gender, ideology, religion, whatever.
Sanity.
So yeah, that's exactly what this is. And it's ridiculous. So
do you think they'll settle out of court?
I
mean, think about it, right? All she's wanting, so she wants Disney to have to hire her back, correct? That's what she's wanting?
Yes.
So, I mean, they could literally settle this out of court. I would imagine rather quickly, be like, okay, we were wrong, sorry. They won't ever apologize, and then hire her back. I mean, I wouldn't want to go back. I would want to be paid for the time. And, again, good for her for wanting to go back, though, to stick it to them. But if it's still going to be shite that they write, who's to say they wouldn't make it even worse? But again, I would assume that they could settle this rather quickly, is my point, if they wanted to, because they wronged her.
Yeah. I don't think I don't think she should go back, because all they're going to do is make her life a living hell if she does. That's what they'll do. They'll put her in horrible situations, and they'll try to force her out, is what they'll do. That's standard operating procedure for anybody who's in a position like that, sues to get their job back. Then the employer, will obviously go out of their way to, ruin that person, their credibility, and get them to quit of their own volition. So they don't, so the employer, the business doesn't look bad. And that's if she went back, that's what I feel would happen here. No, there's a huge chance this never makes it to court. But again, it's in California, which means there's a big chance that it just gets thrown out of court altogether. Which they would automatically and with good reason, I'm sure, file an appeal on that decision to throw if the case was brought before a judge and thrown out, which they're requesting a jury trial for this. Let's see. So in a statement clarifying the post on X, Carano said Tuesday, my words were consistently twisted to demonize and dehumanize me as an alt-right-wing extremist. According to the complaint, Disney and Lucasfilm harassed and defamed Carano for refusing to conform with their viewpoints on issues related to Black Lives Matter, which is a Marxist organization, pronouns, which are garbage, and disproven claims of election interference. Well, those claims of election interference have a lot of validity to them, and they've been proven true. So I don't understand why they keep calling that a lie. While she was allegedly fired for her cultural and religious beliefs, Carano argues the entertainment giant turned a blind eye to her male co-stars who allegedly made offensive and denigrating posts directed towards Republicans. She points to Pedro Pascal's 2017 post comparing former President Donald Trump to Hitler. She's not wrong. Let's see. The suit says Disney required Carano, who was paid $25,000 per episode as a guest actor and later negotiated a one-time $5,000 bonus, to meet with representative of Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Discrimination and demanded a public apology. Yeah, that was, and Gina, when she spoke about that, they wanted her to go on a Zoom call with like 100 of these fucking weirdos so they could just shriek at her. I mean, I wouldn't have done it either. I would have told them, go fuck yourself. Why am I going to open myself up to that? You know, defendants went so far as to try and convince Carano's publicist to force Carano to issue a statement admitting to mocking or insulting an entire group of people, which Carano had never done, the complaint states. Yeah. After she refused, Carano was told to meet with Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy and 45 employees who identify as Rainbow Mafia, according to the suit. She declined and was terminated shortly thereafter from The Mandalorian, as well as other titles in the Star Wars universe, including Rangers of the New Republic. Carano also alleges Disney engaged in a post-termination smear campaign, citing the abrupt removal of an episode of Running Wild with Bear Grylls, in which she appeared from the show's scheduled lineup in an effort to malign her. Though the episode eventually aired, Disney allegedly omitted any mention of her name and likeness in promotional materials. So the suit faults Disney's termination of Carano as the impetus for the UTA and other transactional lawyer dropping her as a client. Carano brings claims for wrongful discharge and sex discrimination. She seeks a court order that would force Lucasfilm to recast her at least $75,000 plus punitive damages. Some of us have been unjustly singled out, harassed, and persecuted, and had our livelihood stripped away because we dare to encourage conversation, asked questions, and refused to go along with the mob, she said in the statement. She is absolutely correct on that. There's no debating that. These people will allow you to say or insult anyone as long as it aligns with their corporate views and the ESG goals of BlackRock, which I can say this unequivocally. BlackRock, fuck you, fuck your ESG and everything that you stand for, you cunts. There. I don't care. What are you going to do? You're going to fucking demonetize me and take away the $100 a month I make on YouTube because you fucked me over before? Yeah. I was making triple that before, but you fucked me over on that. And like I said, I'm not in this for the money, but it is nice to be able to have that to purchase equipment, purchase merchandise to give away or sell at conventions and such. So yeah,
StreamYard, StreamYards. You got to pay for StreamYards in order to really be able to even have a good panel or have enough people on a panel and to get extra features again, like you were talking about the other thing with Twitter. So if you could at least make your money back for the StreamYards, the stream elements, the whatever, because again, you're not making any money on any of this that you do. You give us your time as we give you our time as viewers. and anybody on the panel. That's how this works. It's a pay it forward system. We don't make money off of this. Yeah, there are some that do, but see, we're not those kind of people. We're not attacking Gina Carano. We're standing with her because what she stands for is the way it should be. I'm sorry. It is.
I've paid in the last 48 months over $1,200 for StreamYard.
Yep.
You know, just for StreamYard. And I know people, I gift memberships away too all the time. So people have access to shit. I do that out of my own pocket. Out of my own fucking pocket, I do that. Because it's like if I have member stuff, I want more people to be able to see it. And maybe I give you a membership. Maybe you renew it, maybe you don't. You know, but
try before you buy, though, and you and I are big fans of that. We've talked about it.
Exactly. So YouTube taking that small amount of money away from me that really doesn't affect my overall my financial coffers, you know, my family, on the grand scheme of things is a minuscule hit for me to take. It just means that if I want to do things, it comes out of pocket. They successfully took away a actor's income. That is what Gina Carano does. She no longer is an MMA fighter. She's an actress. I don't want to say actor. She's an actress. She's a woman. She needs to be treated and identified as such, as a woman. An actress is how we, the descriptor we use for females who are employed in Hollywood under that. You know, they're actors.
Funny how they tried to change that too. Then they pushed the gender ideology garbage on everybody. It's so ridiculous. Yeah, we had actors and actresses. Oh, I'm an actor now. What?
Yeah, you're an actress. That's
you're
okay.
An actress. She's a goddess, but that's beside the point. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I mean, hello, nurse. But yeah, I mean, it's Gina fucking Carano. I'm sorry, she's gorgeous. Now I'm not gonna lie. Could she use some acting classes? Yeah, but I thought she was doing from when we've seen her act before to where she got. She's improved. And it's not an insult. It's not meant as an insult. It wouldn't hurt her for a little bit more into this. Again, she was MMA first. She was great in MMA, you know, and I've enjoyed what she's done. But you don't do what they did to her. And then, it's not right. There's no justice there. There's not.
No. And this lawsuit filing and Elon Musk jumping in on this and defending and providing funding for this lawsuit through X is fantastic timing, because the other night he was at the Lola party with Nelson Peltz and his family. And, you know, I'm just, you know, kind of scoping out companies to acquire. And him being with Nelson Peltz, the timing of that is nothing short of impeccable, because the earnings call, the fight Peltz has had going on to get on the board of Disney, the Restore the Magic group of like-minded investors that want Disney to go back to a family company, provide family entertainment, because that's what they're known for. Walt Disney is rolling over in his grave, and Walt Disney was not a Nazi. He hated communists. I mean,
I think it's wrong that they filtered out his hand. Like all his photos, he was holding a cigarette. You don't see the cigarette anymore. It's like ET when they did the same. Like, quit erasing our history. Like, and I'm just talking media history. Come on, man. Like, he was smoking a cigarette. We know people smoke cigarettes. We used to have the ads on TV. Remember the Winston cup? I mean, again, and it goes to everything, though. We have been attacked on every level. And here is a celebrity that they attacked. And before we had the ones crying and complaining that they weren't getting paid because they weren't working. Well, yeah, welcome to what happens to the rest of us. But Gina's case, she's got a case, and I want to see them fry. I don't think they deserve to put her back. They need to pay her and grovel at her feet and give her own network, is how I feel. That's what she deserves at this point.
This'll, if it, like I said, if it doesn't get thrown out, they'll end up paying her. And I like I said, she shouldn't go back there.
No.
I would take satisfaction with a W if I was her in court, and then I don't want to go. Why would I want to go back there to that environment?
Exactly.
Just
if it's not going to change too.
No, it wouldn't. It's not going to change until you get that board out of there. You get BlackRock's hand out of there, and this, you know, and I know a lot of people are like, well, fuck Disney, they're a lost cause. I mean, we've had cultural wins. All is not lost. And I'm not black-pilled. Everything is not lost. We've had cultural wins. Elon Musk buying Twitter was a cultural win. Clearing out those weirdos was a cultural win. Seeing movies like The Sound of Freedom make money is a cultural win. Seeing Disney's DEI shit flounder and fail like the Marvels is a win. They lost money on all but 2 movies last year. I
Indiana
mean,
Jones didn't make money, Etep.
no.
I mean, that right there was a huge win. And that, I mean, it's sad because that was a great franchise, but look at everything they've pushed. Nobody's going, I don't even have a theater now. If I want to go to the theater, I'm going to have to drive up to you, you know, and go see the local family one and keep it going because that's what we do. But yeah, dude, I mean, they closed the local theater. It's like, even if I wanted to go see something, now I got to go 3 towns over to see a theater.
Yeah, right. I go to 2 local family-owned theaters, one here and one over in West Branch, which West Branch has 3 cinemas in theirs, and you know ours is a singular one, which you've seen pictures of.
I miss those old singular ones though, and I still have the drive-in. That's the one thing you don't have. But again,
no, I wish we did. I wish we used to have a drive-in back in the 70s and 80s here, which the slab where it was still is there, but everything else is gone. But no, I feel bad for theaters like the one in my town because when they have movies there like the Marvels, they didn't do that well. Obviously, the Marvels lost a money hand over fist until Disney stopped reporting the earnings because they didn't want to take the beating publicly over it. That's how protected these things are. And then you want to turn around and take another woman who doesn't just fall in line and capitulate and, you know, castigate her and make an example of her. This is exactly what the left does to black folks when they don't just fall in line and capitulate. Look at Larry
Chicago, how they feel right now. Just saying.
Look at one example of that is Larry Elder in California. When he was running against Newsom in the recall, they called him the black face of white supremacy. And these are white leftists saying this.
Yep.
So these are the people that have a problem with Gina Carano. These are the people, these fringe fucking weirdos. And I will say this just the same I do as any other situation. I don't like the fringe on either side.
No,
I don't, because it's both equally harmful to a meaningful dialogue. Hail Lurch, slight return. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. The Twitterati are the problem. Yeah, because as I stated earlier, they don't spend money on these products. They simply consume. They consume things on Twitter and then they regurgitate their shit. But they're not going to go out and spend money. They didn't go see the Marvels. They didn't go see Ant-Man Commie Mania, which I still haven't sat through because Tony told me how shitty it was. And like I said, I watched Guardians 3 and I was like, this isn't, I didn't think the High Evolutionary as a race swap character was terrible. I thought the performance was decent. I liked the movie. I hate James Gunn. I think James Gunn's a sick fuck. But I will say the one good thing I can say about him is he has a fantastic ear for music because the soundtracks, all those movies are fucking dope. I own all 3 of them on vinyl.
I wasn't a fan of Guardians, and not because like it looked good, the story's fun. I just didn't care. Again, they were like a DE rate comic book, you know, back in the day. Like I thought the first movie was fine. You know, there was the humor and everything like a normal Disney movie. Fine. Second one I didn't care for, didn't even bother with the third. Wasn't there a holiday special too that you watched that you said was okay?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Right? There was a holiday one that you watched that was pretty good. Trey liked
the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special. Yeah.
So
it wasn't
like,
bad.
At least they're launching kind of with that, but I kind of like with Stallone. Like I wanted to see the Stallone Guardians crew more than this one. But yeah, man. I mean, again, it's great that there is that there. But the Godzilla stuff that we had, Monarch, like it was fun, but the same stuff's tied in that doesn't need to be there. But Guardians for me wasn't a bit like it wasn't a. I didn't care. Like, again, Iron Man, spot on, dude. They updated it perfectly from the original. Loved it. Phase 1, gold. By the time we got to Endgame, I didn't care. I didn't even like Infinity War because I read the comics, dude. That wasn't Infinity War. That was, and again, for what it was for the MCU, sure. I still feel you could have done more with less CGI, more story. That's just my 2 cents. And Endgame, didn't care. And then they just continued on. But it's all just been, since Endgame, I have not cared for anything that we've seen. There's not been one thing that's been, hoorah, it's about time we had this. Except for I did enjoy the second Doctor Strange movie because, again, it was a Sam Raimi movie. It was all Sam Raimi.
I watched up until they killed the Illuminati, and I was like, especially when she broke Professor X's neck, I'm like, what? And
well, she is the Scarlet Witch in that movie, though. If you, she's a bad MNFer. I
love the Scarlet Witch character. I do. I love Elizabeth Olsen's portrayal. Yep. I love that character. I've been a fan of hers since they introduced her in The Age of Ultron. Her in Aaron Taylor Johnson's character. Her brother who
Quicksilver.
Yeah, his name eluded me. Because he was literally and figuratively wasted in that movie. And I have 10 free memberships to give away this month, so I just dropped 5 of them in the chat there. So those went to Nano, Insidious Bliss, Zombie Box Reviews, Carl, and Another Monster.
Carl.
So thank you for watching, everybody. We appreciate you guys and gals out there. We got 5 more to give away. We'll be doing that on our next live stream. We'll give some more memberships away. We got 5 more to give away for the month. I want the numbers. I do. I'm going to say it. I want the numbers back up to pre-demonetization, which was like we were carrying literally 75 to 80 channel members. Yep. That right there is where we need to be. But as a creator, I need to make it worth your while to financially get in there and support us. And trust me, folks, I am going to work. We're getting ready to rebrand everything. Everything is going to be rebranded. One of the only things that will remain unchanged is the Going in Raw. Tony and I were working on that. Tony is no longer here for the time being. There's no beef, no heat, nothing.
He's Tony just busy with making a living.
Yeah, that's it. Busy with things outside of the YouTube sphere. Life. And as we were talking this morning and last night, and he was talking about how much he misses this. Yeah. So, but yeah, so we, like I said, and if you're on the fence, join us at Kazooing. It's $2.99. There you go. And I send you the welcome pack. Anime Night last night joined as a channel member, and tip of the cap to Anime Night. I'm getting ready to mail him out his kazoo, personalized Place to Be Reviews kazoo, which this one's invisible because it's green. I think I have
it popped up for like a second and then disappeared.
Yeah, here I'll do this. I'll see if I can put it still. There it is right there, with the logo and one of my trading cards from my days in professional wrestling, and I'm going to start handwriting thank you letters with every Kazooian that joins. Lurch says, I always knew once they made it to Endgame, that would be it. Endgame, and the further we get away from Endgame, the worse that movie is. Yep. What up, Papa Cotton? Hail, brother. Hail my sketchbook 340. I know we're live in the morning today, guys, because I'm taking tonight off. No holy shit news tonight. That show is getting ready to go by the wayside here in about a month. And it'll be, we're going to have the horror show on Tuesdays. Wrestling will be on Wednesdays. And that'll be the crux of the live streams for the week will be those 3, plus the Tales from the Crypt. The merch. When is the Etep special edition flamethrower going to be available? Soon. We're working on packaging them and making them feasible to ship, economically feasible for shipping. But hail, good to see you, Carano. Good to see you. But yeah, so we've got let's see here. So Carano, you know what I would like to see? I would like to see Gina and I doubt it'll happen. But in Deadpool 3, because I don't think they killed her character off in the second one. I can't. I've only seen the second one once, and I'm not a Deadpool guy to begin with. So yeah, I was like, it's an all right movie. The first one was okay. Yeah.
Where's Vinny at? Frankie, go wake up Vinny. Tell him to get over here. No. Yeah, the first movie I loved. The second movie I saw, like you said, once or twice. And it was like, I'm a big Juggernaut fan, as you know. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Dude,
I liked Vinnie Jones as Juggernaut. I love Vinnie Jones, Bullet Tooth Tony from Snatch, which is a fucking awesome movie. Yeah. My sketchbook. Tony is taking some time off. It does. It sucks, but yeah. We celebrate his.
He can, but he's an educated man, and he's got. I mean, we all have lives outside. Look, we all love doing this, and we do what we can. We all have lives outside of YouTube. I'm sorry.
Yep,
we do. And we're all here for each other, and we try to do the best we can. Yeah, Tony's missed, but it's no different than Red being missed. You too. You know what I mean? There's no issue with Red. He's just. And when Vinny had the con again, we didn't. Everything was off because of that. Do we have issues because of that? Hell no. We're men. You know what I mean? Like we're manly men, but we're not wearing tights. That would be this guy.
I wore pleather. I never wore tights.
Exactly. But again, brother, it's one of those things. Yeah, he's missed. Again, I started off, I was a fan. These guys knew who I was thanks to Mr. Hicks and World Class Bullshitters. This all does it's one big circle. And not a jerk. So, but that's just it. Yeah, we miss these guys. And we're lucky enough to have the occasion when we can all get together and play on a Saturday Mario Kart, whether we're on air or not. But yeah, we don't have any issues with any of the guys. Anybody that's not around, there's no reason that they can't come when they have the time. There's times I'm able to jump in. There's times that Draven's able to when I can. You know what I mean? Like the 4 Horsemen theme was the greatest thing you came up with to do, because you have those people that can kind of fill in when others can't. Because again, there's times that I can't do the late night stuff. Like right now, I'm more on a day shift. So last night, outside of the sinus headache and the migraine, I also, I've got that run coming up. So I'm literally trying to take my normal night shift self out of night shift mode to be a day walker. And I hate being a day walker. But you got to do what you got to do, and that's just how it works. But yeah, he's missed, and he'll be back when he can be. As hopefully will be Red and any other person that that anybody else could be thinking of. There's a lot. There's quite a few. All good people though.
We knew you weren't insinuating that there's any bad blood, my sketchbook. For anybody who just was wondering, that's kind of what's going on. And my sketchbook says, Adam, you're losing weight, looking good, brother.
Thank you. Yeah, I shaved the beard and I shaved off all my hair. So I mean it adds to the but this fellow over here being a coach and helping me out, and it's been over 3 years almost now that I quit smoking and been working out, and then the mental stability of having good friends like Etep and Tony and Draven and Vinny and Chris and all of you in the chat as well. I don't Twitter much. I do try, but we are thankful for everybody and all of you for hanging out and giving us your 2 cents in the chat as well. I was created in the chat from Mr. Hicks with Brandon Moist. I'm sorry, but he and I were created in the chat, of World Class Bullshitters. And from there, here I am with these wonderful people. So I'm very lucky and thankful to all of them, and everybody in the chat. You guys do matter. You're the ones that help. If it weren't for you guys in the chat, this would just be a phone call that Etep and I would be having anyway, or a group chat. I mean, it's that I'm just here with my friend. Okay, that's it. I'm just here with my friend, and y'all are here with us, and we're having great conversation. And that's what I think we need. We need conversation. We need to point this stuff back out. We need to get back to talking to people and screw the Twitters and Facebooks and all of that. We need this.
Yeah.
They took it away from us. It's time we take it back. And I say Gina deserves her own company so we could have less garbage. She'd be great, though. I'd love to see her in Deadpool 3. So, yeah. That's the only movie I'm waiting to see. That's it. That's what I'm looking forward to.
My only fear with Deadpool 3 is that it's going to do well. I feel like this one will do well. But it's going to lull people into a sense of false security because this is the only MCU movie dropping this year.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh, MCU's back, Marvel's back, and they'll all go and pour their money into it. And we're there, the media. See, look, these bigots are back. I couldn't live without their cape shit, blah, blah, blah. And I mean, after everything, there's like, why would you even go back? Like, I don't know.
Look at this man. See, yeah, that was one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Exactly. You got the anvil, baby. Yep. I just didn't do the crew cut, you know. But yeah, close enough.
But yeah, that's not what I want. I don't want to see people go rushing back to throw their money at these idiots. Now, if Disney underwent this transformation and, you know, Nelson Peltz gets on the board and they bring in people who actually want to, you know, as the group is, restore the magic and turn this back into a family-friendly company. You've got to burn the house down, though. You can't get rid of a roach infestation simply by fumigating. You need to burn the house down. You need to can't get it. If anyone in that staff, writing creatively, anywhere in that company is one of these people, they need to go because their ideologies are antithetical to family entertainment and family-friendly entertainment, children's entertainment. I was a Disney kid growing up. I watched Disney and Nickelodeon. My son, when he was younger, this is where, you know, he was born in 2015. He grew up watching Disney. Dude, there was days in my house where Mickey Mouse Clubhouse was on TV more than anything else. You know, all those Disney kid shows. Until Disney started with the fucking BLM and this and that. And I'm like, we're done. Even my wife, who to this kind of stuff, not anymore, but was a normie. She was a complete normie. She was a normie with the wokeness and entertainment. When my wife comes to me, and now mind you, Adam's met, she's more conservative than I am.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's
she's more conservative than I am.
When people call me you're just a fucking alt-right conservative Nazi. I'm like, I'm very, very socially liberal. People don't understand that about me. I am. To a point. Mm-hmm. To a point where common sense says, dial it back. Dial it back. You know? But this kind of shit, when she comes to me and says, this is fucking weird. Like, what? And like, we used to watch this show Evil together, which had homeboy for one of the dudes from Luke Cage. And I can't think it had a good cast. It was a pretty diverse cast. The guy that played Ben in Lost, Michael Emerson, was on it, and it got like to the point where it was like there was an incel army, and it was like, I just quit. I quit watching it. The wife's like, she's watched. She was like, yeah, she goes, it got woke. She goes, it did. It was like to the point where even I was like, ugh, you know, I'm like, yeah. Let's see. Wait, my sketchbook. I was a Disney kid too. DuckTales and all those shows. Oh, hell yeah. DuckTales is awesome.
Yo.
Wait, sir, why did you set your house on fire? I was told by Etep the only way to get rid of roaches. Yes. Make sure your homeowners is paid up first.
In Minecraft. He's telling you in Minecraft.
Allegedly in Minecraft. Allegedly. I'm not YouTube, I'm not advocating arson in any way,
shape, or form. Look, I'll even.
There we go. It's a joke. I'm kidding.
To clarify, it was a joke. Do not burn your house down if you have roaches.
Papa Cotton brings up a show that I actually watched and enjoyed for a period of time. Deputy with Steven Dorff. I was watching that going, this is okay. And then it's like, he's got, yeah. God, that was fucking terrible. Ugh. Wait, I don't even know what kind of good shows are available for kids anymore. It's just anime now. Trey likes Dragon Riders. He watches Dragon Riders and what was the other one? Skylanders, which are older, but he likes those. And what else is How to Train Your Dragon? Loves that. He was excited. I was like, dude, they're making a How to Train Your Dragon live action movie. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. And they race swapped one of the Norwegian or they're Vikings, Scandinavians. They recast Astrid by what's her name? It's Thandie Newton's daughter. She's like half black. I'm like, what the actual fuck is that? We was Vikings and shit. Like, no. Use bug bombs. Yeah, thank God I don't have that issue up. I have a regular my house. I have an exterminator regularly come around and spray once or twice a month outside. So since I've been doing that, and it's all organic chemicals too. They organic sprays, not chemicals, but organic sprays they use. And I have a veteran-owned company. That a local Michigan veteran-owned company that comes out and sprays for me. So pet safe, kid safe, that kind of stuff.
Environment safe.
Safe. That's what but it's worked. Deputy was. They had the non-binary security for Steven Dorff that was like, and the sad thing is, before that thing was whatever it was, she was kind of cute, and then she turns into this they ended the show after one season. I was like, part of me was like, man, that's fuck the show. That was my reaction.
Fuck the show.
Yeah, Law and Order SVU got woke when Benson was in charge. Even my brother, who's a diehard Law and Order fan, dipped out. Years of fandom down the drain. Yes, Josiah Rises did a video about that. Yes, SVU's new season is white women feeling bad about sending their rapists to jail. And it was a black on white rape. And the woman didn't want to press charges because she's privileged and she can afford therapy. So why send a black man to jail?
I don't know, because he's a criminal. Doesn't matter that he's a black man. He's a rapist.
Nope, that's it. It's like the dude is a fucking rapist. He deserves. This is in Law and Order. Let me find the clip. Wow. Yeah. I want to find this clip here. Here it is right here. And I'll take. We'll play this a couple frames at a time. But yeah, this is the actual dialogue. And when I was watching Josiah's video earlier, he was like, yeah, this is my honest reaction. This one detective, the look on his face is just volume. So here we go.
But Natalie, Jay Watson raped you. You think I forgot?
Look at his face. He's like, what the fuck? Let me turn this up a little bit. So.
How could I? This entire trial has been an exercise in reminding me.
And this is your chance to do something about it.
I am going to. Believe me.
Yeah, Charles Bronson then maybe.
Yeah, this is fucking hilarious. Bad Law and Order. You are evil. Oh yeah. This is fucking ridiculous, man. Also in the same episode, the police department gets looted and Benson tells their officers to leave them alone. Holy shit. Wow. Yeah, that's like when they took over that police station in Seattle.
Yeah.
When the gas, and they just let it happen. It's like, you have the firepower to deter these fucking assholes from doing this. But you just let the future scientists and doctors and astrophysicists.
Even with non-lethal rounds, Etep, even with non-lethal rounds, they could have stopped this. To clarify, non-lethal rounds to stop this.
Yep. Hail CJP. He says they should just rename it Law and Order White Man Bad. Yeah. Yeah. That's
lawless
it.
order.
Yeah. Law, but no law and no order. But it's part of his culture. Wouldn't want to be insensitive, would you? Absolutely. I'll be as insensitive as possible. Mariska Hargitay is aging poorly. She is. That she liked it. I think she did, Papa. That's why she refuses to press charges. It's a fantasy of this white heifer.
Because I can afford therapy. I have that luxury. And maybe one day I'll be okay.
Doesn't the other one though? Wasn't her character originally raped?
Mariska Hargitay's character?
Yeah. Or is that a different one of these shows? Because there used to be one where the one detective lady had been raped in the past, and would because like that look on her face to her would be the look like she should just smack her if she is.
I'm not sure if she was. I haven't watched enough Law and Order to.
Well, anybody in chat, if you've watched it, if I'm right or if it's another show, please let us know. Because I don't watch this stuff, but I do know there was a lady detective that had been in one of them, and I'm sorry if that is her to the right. I hope she slaps that bitch.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Joseph Santos, the Joseph Santos in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome. Good to see you as always. Well, that's it. She has completely convinced me that grape isn't the worst flavor. God damn it. I don't know what non-lethal rounds are. Didn't even know there was such a thing. Nah, the rounds are cheaper. Non-lethal rounds are like the beanbag ammunition they put in the shotguns and stuff like that for crowd control. I say go beanbag, buckshot. Nothing like lulling somebody into a false sense of security.
Oh, this is only going to hurt a little bit.
They're like, Benson was graped. She says it all the time. Okay. She's a daughter of rape and was almost a couple of times. Yeah, this is so the character, her character is like, what the fuck? So let's listen to the rest of this.
But if that teenager goes to prison, he may not be.
He's gonna have done to him what he did to you, and fuck him.
So I'm having trouble comprehending how it's a bad thing that the person who physically and sexually assaulted you goes to prison. That doesn't, because you're worried about his welfare. Rubber bullets at 1,100 feet per second still hurts. Oh yeah, that's a mule kick right there. That is the face of a smug white feminist. Yeah, it is.
So could we play this episode with the McMahon thing? I'm just saying, because
right? I'm still not 100% saying that Vince McMahon is guilty. Unlike a lot, I'm not going to say he's guilty. I will give you my opinion and my thoughts, but I don't know.
I've said day one, Etep, if it's true. If it's true. Again, Kevin Nash, who I don't agree with him on certain things. He had a really good episode the other day. I shared it with Tony before I went to bed last night. I meant to send it to you and I forgot. But he kind of is on the same page we are, because again, they're going after money. They're not going after him criminally. Think about that.
Yeah.
This is all about money.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying either way. If he did it, it's disgusting. And there's people that would have known about it that should have stepped in and didn't. But that's neither here nor there. We only have one side. And again, I brought it up from day one. Who else is Mr. McMahon billionaire friends with? Former ex-president. It kind of makes sense with the 2020 Me Too's and everything else. He wasn't touched then, but he is now. It's a very sticky situation, and there's more that needs it. Hey, give us Vince's phone, proving it came from his phone, and all this stuff wasn't just made like it actually looks like it came from.
Yeah.
Problem solved if you want the people to know. But again, why are they only going after money? They're not going after imprisonment.
Yep. And she didn't fucking do anything until the money stopped. So that just tells you everything you need to know. Let's just watch the rest of this clip and we'll move on.
Ever. Natalie, wait.
So yeah, that's Natalie right there refusing to press charges against her attacker. I'm so tired of the female perspective, which apparently this is. Women are galactically stupid. This is proof. You think a man wrote this episode? No. If he did, he's a effeminate cuck. What's up, good stuff? Hail, brother. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you, man. He's shouting out the chat. Adam, he says, what's up, Adam?
Good stuff.
Good to see you, bro. Good to see you.
Can't wait to hopefully see you in another month. We're going to be in Cincinnati.
Down in Cincinnati. Yeah, we're gonna have to postpone the show tonight. Goods. I know Good Stuff is gonna come on tonight with me and CJ and Devil. But yeah, we're gonna have to postpone the show tonight. I need some sleep. I gotta get some sleep tonight. But yeah, so that's about all I had for this morning on the Gina thing, and then on this Law and Order deal. When there's more information after the earnings call, we'll probably talk about this more on the channel. But yes, Frankie, stupid victims unit. That's right. That's right. Yeah, bro. I'm exhausted. I need to sleep tonight. Like I said, I'm on WCBS tomorrow. You can catch me over there. We will be recording this afternoon. I don't think I'll have time to do it now because I have to pick the kid up from school, and those pay-per-views are long. But after I get him from school, because I don't have to cook dinner or anything tonight, I got leftovers. Might record another commentary for Super Brawl 1 tomorrow. Tales from the Crypt commentaries. Yeah, we'll do that, and yeah, tune in. Just tune in. You guys, all the links are in the description. Tune in to CJ tomorrow at 7 Central, 8 Eastern. Vinny and Tommy at 8:30 Eastern tomorrow night. I believe Vinny will be on at 5 on Friday. Check Draven's wrestling schedule, and we might do something fun this weekend. We'll see. And I'm gonna try to get a video done maybe tomorrow. So yeah, I know I've been lacking on the video output, guys, but I've been streaming a lot. So thank you for supporting us. Thank you. Like I said, if you're on the fence and you're thinking about it, throw down $2.99 and join as a channel member. We're working on a lot of members content for you guys behind the scenes. So thank you. Thanks, Adam, for joining me this morning, brother. Appreciate it as always. Thank you to Frankie and CJP. Good Stuff, Lurch Slight Return, Papa Cotton, My Sketchbook 340, Hicks Villain, The Joseph Santos, Brightest Day Audiobooks. Let's see who else was here earlier. Tina Bojan was here. Tollbat stopped by. So thank you. Godzillionaire, if I didn't mention Godzillionaire. Yeah, we appreciate you guys and gals. Zombie Box Reviews, who was just gifted a channel membership. Hail, brother. Yeah, like I said, I gave away 5 channel memberships this morning that we have to gift for the month. Thank you for being here, though, gang. We appreciate you. If you want to know what we talked about, go back and check the replay. Yeah, and subscribe. Make sure all those notifications are on because, yeah, we'll be channel members. You guys are getting another commentary later on today. So, yeah, appreciate you. Have a great day. Be safe out there and just be good to each other, folks. I'm Etep, and from the Place to Be Reviews, we've been here with all the yous we don't see. Have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and we will catch you on the next one.